Ritual also that purifies the speech. And so these have all just been completed. And so now this is the ritual cleansing, which again purifies the speech.
Om pe gane da da hom pi om so ba ju da sarva da ma so ba ju do ha dong pe gan li yam long ran me jin ko den de om ma a hong le to be ji be zong lan de be a le to ba yang xi jia ji be na de hong ru da jo ye le hong kam zhang mam lang bam lang mam bam dam jian chen be de zeng a da zhu ma nga jo be rang lang xi sa wu ji zhen ba long ke me ba rian kur be sa wu dang ji ba Zenam Shiba Nima Chirgada Kando Jin Di Lambale Jobing Jun Dotang Sen Ba Karamka Odo Dabatini Jiang Shune In Mitunji Bara Choro On A Ye Bubur Lili Ye Wom A Gaga Kanga Sazazana Jajan Jadan Tata Tandana Baba Hambama Yara Laba Shaka Saha Cha Cha Yonsu Chirvali Uma A Hong Deni Dedu Ziba Nebele Jin Kuroje Hanam Chog Simjaje Tongje Nubarho We Ike Sumla Temke Ike Somia Tamseke Du Setani Sumi Bara Chur Chibuze Du Edo Chishi Om Kaka Kaya Sarvaya Zeraja Buddha Pirta Bekasa Omata Abba Maranda Kandra Kandida Imam Lenja Samaya Rajendra Sarvasiti Mira Yatimba Yatim Kandra Bazata Brevata Zagat Amade Gamata Mama Sarvagata Sisu Kambi Kudasa Yakaba Vendu Hong Hong Pi Soha Laye Sona Malutan Luye Sona Malutan Luji Sona Malutan Sampo Sona Malutan Jugu Sona Malutan Yida Sona Malutan Shasi Sona Malutan Yuji Sona Malutan Jiji Sona Malutan Karu Sona Mamu Sona Maluba Maluba Ne Tamjita Derke Dala Gonsu Soro Choji Dorman Deke Da Nejor Dacha Kurji Nemi Setang Wanchu Tang Betang Chatang Garba Sang Longchu Jechin Kutum Zo Shitang Jela Sobai Lejing Uro Dala Zoro Tamsek Jenje Dala Zong Uro Gunje Gaji Zoro Tumi Cheba Malam Dongta Gaitna Shibaran Zo Malam Yantang Senba Ngen Jikan Mi Baran Zo Jikan Deke Lule Manam Perkin Chumpe Ba Derek Tam Jin Ro Ba Tang Yilan Do Ba Gun Ro Dara Damba Zamjene Lanam Jene Chusoda Laye Chune Tabadi Di Daki Chu Chivo Sarvata Tangada Am Gade Samaya Sarvata Benzara Sadu Samaya Manu Balaya Benzara Sadu Dino Bara Baba Anuratu me Baba Sarva Siddhi me Brahit Karma Suzame Zedami Am Guru Hom Ha Ha Ho Banga me Sarva Tatangada Mandara
The purification ritual for speech.
Benzara Baba Mai Samaya Sadhu Benzara Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Benzara Sadhu Dino Bara Dija Jachu me Baba Sudu Kayo me Baba Subo Gayo me Baba, Anuratu me Baba, Sarvasiti me Barai, Sarva karma susame zidam iyam guru hum ha 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 bo banga sarva datang gatam banzara mame munzim banzara baba ma samaya sadhu a banzara sadhu samaya manu balaya banzara sadhu din di chan chu me baba sudu kayo me baba subu kayo me baba Anuratu me baba sarva siddhi me barayiza sarva karma susam siddham iyam guru hum ha 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 evo banga sarva tatam gatam banzara mame munzim banzara baba maya samaya sadhu banzara sadhu samaya manu balaya banzara sadhu dinu bara di chan chu me baba sudu kayo me baba Me baba anuratu me baba sarva siddhi me barayiza sarva karma sutsa me zedam iyam guru hum ha ho banga me sarva tatang gatam banzara mame munzim banzara baba samaya sadhu medala avrai sa ye bo chu chokin me to zhang re ra
Page 6 in the Yellow Book in English. An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. Bless me, may my body, enjoyments and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and concepts of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. By offering it, may I be blessed to attain the state of Buddhahood.
da jitang ji na da jiri da ngarang su major namka nyambe simjian tamji da sungyo durjin chang kompang tobe chi tu tene nga su tada da wang xiu xiu zam de zam go res watene toma se chang chu semji ne de tambo se nyang go res.
And so the reason that we take this empowerment is that generally we ordinary sentient beings need to attain the enlightenment state, the level of Vajradhara, Dorje Chang. And so in the beginning step, in order to do this, we first generate the mind of bodhicitta.
Tene dati chi tene tiru nyams len sam da tu mo mai ba sang do ji ti ba ten nyams len sam ne ten du da chi go res.
And so this generation of bodhicitta falls within the practice that is not the ordinary practice, but the extraordinary Dharma practice.
Tene sang ji jim den de sim jian tam so zam ba dan kam tam mo pa. Tan tu be ki chu ji pung ma bo song res. Ti na na da sang do ji ti ba. Tere sang do ji ti ba ta ho la te tar tu sang sa ma se ni ma se ni chung res. Ti na na ta sang sa ma se. Tere sang sa ma te ta je ji dan ta ta da ko lo den be wa tar wa te ne 我听对他马巴里马就的嘞，我听对上海三马听对有马巴罗萨，那说不得罗什么不穷，我听马他的上海三马些，这也他是上海你马些，你马听吧，我倒是些讲的上海你马些，其他的讲的是上海三马些，我在听对那其对听呢，他我做上海三马些。
And so the Buddha has said that all sentient beings possess the proclivity and nature in order to achieve this state, this level, and this level of enlightenment. And in particular, the practice of Vajrayana will bring the practitioner to this enlightenment level, the practice of secret mantra Vajrayana. And so this empowerment that we will receive has its historical roots in the ancient lineage, starting with Marpa and proceeding down through the lineage successions of many of the past lamas. And so what we can know here is that the empowerment we will receive comes from the old tantric tradition.
Say on the tree, I'm not here to Charles. Bitch understand Chamsi rates, so in a Zanda symbol that is a was a Chejun, what into Chahan, that and do right hill then, a chewy out and do the Chung is judicious. Cheju, Joju, Nejo Lana may be Jews.
And so, actually, at this time, at the tradition, actually there were 4 different classes, and there were different classes within India. And also the tantras, the classes of tantras can be categorized as well into the 4 classes of tantra. And so we have the Kriya Tantra, the Action Tantra, the highest Tantra, and the unsurpassed. So we have the Ati Yoga, which is the unsurpassed Yoga Tantra. So the 3rd is the Yoga Tantra, and the 4th is the unsurpassed Yoga Tantra. Ani dire di
Jahara Muja, Chamsi, and the Zanda Chimbo, it is a Cheju.
And so at that time, in India, within the different classes, there was the class called the Brahmins. And Indra and Brahma, for example, were within this class of people. And so this is the tradition from which this comes, which this springs forth.
then that need on also nature Lana may be curious, then Lana may be jutila. Paju town, Maju said, Ni me you says Lomio Sarva. What it is, tell you to on that Maju is.
And so this particular empowerment within these 4 yoga tantras is categorized within the unsurpassed. It is an empowerment of the unsurpassed yoga tantras. Within the unsurpassed yoga tantras, then there are the father tantras, the mother tantras, and the non-dual tantras. And this particular empowerment comes from the mother tantra.
렌진 남시 세세 요리스 렌진 남바시 렌지 지바트 남바시 가서나 퉁고 렌지 지도 렌지 상두 렌지 뎀초 렌지 어디시 요리스 디나온다다 뎀초 렌지 왕트레스
디사마 야보코마촌 주판나
다른 지주라게 주대 탐지 소니 근정소 두네 렌지 남바시 세워 디고 왕제 요리스 렌지 남바시.
And so the Drikung master, Rigzin Chukyi Drakpa, was a master who brought the different lineages. So there was a convergence of the lineages with the way that Drikung Rigzin Chukyi Drakpa composed this text. And so within the different categories of text, then one of the texts composed by Rigzin Chukyi Drakpa was this Chakrasambhava text.
다들 렌제 남바시 요리스 렌제 시익 나오나 커리 렌제리스나 상두 렌제 상완두 반 렌제 지도 렌제 퉁고 렌제 퉁고 갈라자라 뎀초 렌제 어디시 요빈 하나 다다데 뎀초 렌제 디완레스 그래 해 맞아. 네. 고양가 그래 고야 사마자래.
And the four great texts that were composed by Rigzin Chukyi Drakpa were texts written on the practices of Guru Samaja, Hevajra, Kalachakra, and Chakrasambhava, these four.
저는 다들 왕셔야 통도 진도 치도 단 이주 더有
The history 아니 the 인지토네
가진 추다 동바서 왜 지단데 이내 그때 로주젠도 이내 그 나르베 아나 뎀초 그 로주젠도 왜 어디 말호시 history.
And so I will read the history of the empowerment in English. How sad that sentient beings, as limitless as space, are endlessly immersed in samsara, the ocean of suffering. Listen with the intention to bring them all to the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. The Gandayatha Sutra says, child of noble lineage, bodhicitta is like the seed of all the Buddha's teachings. For instance, to grow a certain flower or tree, the right seed must be sown. There is no use planting a seed that does not yield the intended flower or fruit. Similarly, the emergence, maintenance, and expansion of all the qualities of Mahayana or of a Buddha depend on the seed of bodhicitta. The omniscient Bodhisattva Kunu Rinpoche said, when motivated by bodhicitta, even sexual union may be a great virtue. A medicinal sprout that heals disease grows from a medicinal root. Since the motivation of bodhicitta is vital and the foundation of all the myriad sutras, tantras, and commentaries, it goes without saying that empowerment should not be given in the absence of bodhicitta. The presentation of mandalas and mudras alone is not sufficient. In the empowerment tantra of Vajrapani, it is stated that Vajrapani said, Manjushri, when a bodhisattva who engages in bodhisattva conduct has trained in and accomplished bodhicitta, chooses to enter the gates of secret mantra, he shall be accepted into the mandala of the knowledge mantra, by whereby empowerment of great wisdom is bestowed. Those without bodhicitta should not be granted access to or view the mandala. The mudras and secret mantras should not be revealed to them. Therefore, it is vital at this time to listen with the perfectly pure motivation of bodhicitta. The innermost secret yoga of Chakrasamvara is the ultimate perfection of the 4 classes of Tantra, belonging to the unsurpassed Tantra of the Heruka family. In the noble land of India, numerous commentaries and traditions have developed from the progressive transmissions of the great accomplished masters Luipa, Krishnacharya, and Gantapada. Due to the extensive translations of these teachings into Tibetan, the great number of Tibetan masters have gained supreme wisdom. For instance, in the practice lineage of Marpa and the Kagyu lineage, numerous cities, including the supreme city, Siddha, Milarepa, and successive masters and disciples have emerged one after another, like a garland of neatly aligned stars. Their blessings are more powerful than those of others. Of the 2 yogas, the perfect mandala yoga of the innate yoga, this ritual pertains to the latter, the innate yoga. It consists of 3 systems deriving from the great masters, Vajra, Gantapada, Garbhodorje, and Abhyakara. Of these, the 4 stages of profound blessing empowerment are primarily carried out in reliance upon the Upasheda system of essential instructions transmitted through the great accomplished master, Vajra Gantapada. The lineage of gurus is as follows. Bhutan Rinchen gave it to his heart son Rinchen Namgyal, and it was time. It is important to cultivate certainty in the symbolic meaning. Third are the blessings of the actual empowerment. In order to receive the empowerment of profound blessings, preceded by the illustrative explanation of the emergence of primordial wisdom, visualize in the space before you glorious Chakrasamvara, inseparable from the Guru, surrounded by the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Dakinis of the 10 direction, in their presence in order to receive the blessings of the 4 empowerments. Please offer a mandala.
Mandela, that's it. Andros are done. That is matter. then that's the one Jendo Chia Jendo Tina, Jendo Chia, the Gajan Chuda Domba said, the one to the Surrender. Or the Jendo Chia in Hoki into Tochi.
So next we're going to repeat a few supplications in order to receive the empowerment. We will do this once in Tibetan and then once in English.
Gajan Chuda Domba de Lopon Chune Gonsu Zoro Chanchu Chembo Sudenba Gombo Chembo Dancelo Tamse Tini Dala Zoro Chancho Semjang Dala Zoro Sanje Chudang Gendu de Japsom Tajang Dala Zoro Tarba Chembo Choncho de Gombo Dane Yog Zoro.
Then in English, Great Joyful One, my teacher, Master, please consider me, Supreme Master, who guides on the path to great awakening. Please grant me samaya, Grant me the mind of awakening. Grant me the 3 refuges of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Protector, let me enter the sacred city of great liberation.
tene ta ti kin chu la ta tiri ta nga su ka la ge cho sa ne par dik fa ya cho sa ya no ta nga nam da se nga nam par ta wa se ji den chi ya la du ji nam ka la ta so so za we la ma ta ko lo den ba yer mi ba ko lo den ba yer mi ba de la so sang ji chang ju sen ba tam ji ko de sta xiu du zang wa te so de ta rang ku ha yi so tang bo jia sun ya这前口罗通嘛，没得过头，呀呀，按照为给吧接线上去呀，长久先中央，我等我吧去呀，我听我说，这进度去呀意思。
And so then next we are going to repeat the 5 purities in order to accumulate merit and purify the obscurations. And so for that, visualize in the space in front of you the root guru inseparable from Chakrasamvara, surrounded by the assembly of deities and all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. And think that in their presence, you take a refuge with body, speech, and mind. Then secondly, you confess all the misdeeds accumulated since beginningless times. And then third, you rejoice in the virtues of all beings. Fourth, you vow to hold on to bodhicitta. And then fifth, you dedicate the roots of virtue. So please repeat the following.
Goncho somla, da jamche, digba mege, sosoria, drovege la, yin ram, sanje changjo, yije song, sanje chodang, Songjo la, Changjo Fartu, Da Jamche, Rangjian Tongni, Rabro Chere, Changjo Semne, Jibarachi, Changjum Choke, Semne, Jijene, Semjian Tamchi, Dake, Rontunyer, Changjo Juncho, Yiwon, Jibarachi, Rola Pencher, Sanji, Robara Show.
And then in English, I take refuge in the 3 jewels and confess all misdeeds and non-virtuous acts. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and hold in mind wakeful enlightenment until attaining awakening. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I give rise to bodhicitta, having given rise to the mind of supreme awakening. I welcome all beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Da din yo la da ren a jie tang qi zha da dong ba cham qi so song se zang a dong ba zu song kin yi zang tu mo ma yi be dong ba zu song kin yi zang ne wa ti ren ge dong ba song ya da ti ke jian do qi ha jie qi.
And next we come to repeating the samaya of the 5 Buddha families. That is the general and the specific samayas. So here think that I'm going to keep all the secret mantra samaya, the common and the uncommon samaya. So now next we are going to repeat those samaya of the 5 Buddha families.
Seji Sanji 탐지 다음 바보nenjoro 마소군 마남군 달라군 para nzitozoro 다민데게 제바에 두타인의 손에서 지시 창조 님보 para 제대로 뒤숨 공보남 창조부터네 연지비 창조부세네 라나미 담바다기 지바르지 수점체네 라바당 개베초네 두바당 심지통지 수점좀 소소덴보로 송와르지 상제 내조로 돈바지 상제 조당 겐두데 라나미비 권초좀 대내잠데 송와르지 도르제리조 첸보라 도르제티부 차자양 대코나니 송와르지 로봉타장 송와르지 렌젠리조 첸보예 담세이드 오마라 니레신드 두로드 진바남제 다도진 창조 첸보 레종웨 베메르진 다발라 천왕상베 택바송 담배초네 송와르지 레제르초 첸보라 돈바 참세 탐치 덴바네 양다니트 송와르지 초베레장 진누지 창조선네 라나 라미초 담바다게 제진네 심지군제 동제체라 다게 돈바 말루송 마저바남 저바지 마저바남 저바지 오마신바 오용신 삼천냥에 데라고.
And in English, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, please think of me just as the masters of the 3 times gave rise to bodhicitta, so shall I give rise to unsurpassable, sublime bodhicitta from this day onwards until attaining the essence of awakening, following the teachings of the Buddhas and great yogins. I will diligently practice the 3 types of ethical conduct: the conduct of abstaining from unwholesome actions, the conduct of practicing virtue, and the conduct of acting for the benefit of beings. From this day onwards, I will never forsake the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed 3 jewels with the Samaya of the Supreme Vajra family. I will maintain the mudra of Vajra and Bell as a sign of the ultimate nature, and I will respect the Vajra master with the delightful Samaya of the Supreme Ratna family. I will engage in the 4 types of generosity throughout the 6 times of day and night, with the Samaya of the Lotus family, born from Great Awakening, I will embrace the holy Dharma of the outer, inner, and secret vehicles with the Samaya of the Supreme Karma family. I will abide uninterruptedly within the natural state of mind and thus maintain all vows spontaneously. I will make offerings to whatever extent I am able and will give rise to Supreme Bodhicitta. I will observe all vows without exception for the benefit of all beings. I will liberate those not liberated. I will release those not released. I will give breath to those without breath. I will set all sentient beings in nirvana. Please wear the blindfold.
This you know this one. Tene that ngazu tambote migdar so kongoris karisnan that's a kolo de beijing kor nyama shogwa inanda shog manyum ba inanda yang lar yang char shog ya na ti chi de migdar kongoris on lo jinkor tamze nam sushi song zamna de jinkor dawa ma wa migdar wa tene song zam ta de nam song zamna de migdar kongoris on lo
So we are now putting on our blindfolds, and that is symbolic of not having seen or entered the mandala of Chakkasamvara before, or also a sign of entering it again, re-entering the mandala. And it is also a sign of keeping the samaya properly. And that is to not disclose the inside of the mandala to those who have not been empowered. So that is the symbolic meaning of the blindfold.
Tene nga zo ta ore ta ninga andong du sama migdar jing thoba chi rewa nga atma dong du migdar jing
So while we are reciting the next mantra, we are now wearing the blindfold.
Za jun ban zara vara na ye so ha tene tin jo nga jin do tene so so me tho re ren de ru
And then there is the next mantra, and so at that time, think that now you're holding a white flower in the palms of your hands.
Jinkor durje zigwe nga ba re tsamba la jibe nga song jin do o tene ta tambo terin do ta jinan zu gunzop changchu sem 니가라 군조 창조 셈케 뭐 다웨 진코 냐강데스 어 동당 디부스 동당 창조 셈신 거 도지 가보 제지 마바 센데스 오다 대수 요 삼데네 안디지 아스진도 창도스.
And so then next, visualize that at your heart there is full moon disk that has the essence of the relative bodhicitta. And at the center of this moon disk, to represent the ultimate bodhicitta, there is a white 5-pronged vajra. So visualize in this way while you recite the next mantra or repeat the next mantra.
Om Sarva Tathagata Ubadayame. Om Sarva Tathagata Ubadayame. Om Sarva Tathagata Ubadayame. Om Sura Samaya Dangho Siddhi Zamandaraya Tang Kang Hong Viso Simchi. Thank you, taking Baratamji, Chinjela, Beke, taking Batamji, Chinjela, Chodo Sanwa, Chinde, Chujinkor Mayuba, Mava Meja, Namyan Mayino, what I think of Mayuba, the Sama Court, Majo Marizon.
And so in empowerment text then says one should not disclose the mandala to those who have not entered the mandala. Please repeat the mantra.
Nama me, Nama de hon, Nama me hon, Namo Nama hon so ha. Tene tatiri do the Tamsi Sonation, Waraji, Benza Almeda, Banza saying the Zamde, Chuja, Chaladoji, Bandi, Kovachi, Tenichuji, Chago, Suchinamla, Young Alaniba Majabo, Chujan, Young Mabama, Chivik, this stone, Joro, Jane, Tiki Batamchi, this one. Or Tiki Batamchi, Chinjila, the Najino Siro, hip hop, so hip hop.
So please repeat in order to for the descent of the wisdom beings.